Welcome to 3G Practice Consulting. I'm Glenn Guide, here to walk you through the systems and software that keep your business running. If you're into saving time, reducing stress, and helping your team work smarter, please like and subscribe, because you're in the right place. Now let's roll up our sleeves and click on some things.
In today's video, we're going to discuss how to add contacts in SmartOffice in the 3G Practice Consultant Pro Series. Over the years, I've seen a lot of companies make mistakes here, putting people in the wrong place or skipping key fields, and it always leads to cleanup later. Let's get it right from the start. SmartOffice is a contact-heavy system. In other words, contacts are a core of everything. Unlike other CRMs that are account-based, where every contact has to be tied to a business or household, SmartOffice starts with the individual. There are three main places you'll be adding contacts in SmartOffice. First, on the left-hand menu, under People and Companies, you'll add your primary contacts like your clients, prospects, and centers of influence. Next, under the Insurance dropdown, you've got your product provider contacts. These are people like your clients' doctors, medical offices, service providers, or carriers' home office representatives. And finally, there are key relations and dependents. These are added in an individual contact's records, not from the main menu. The way you structure your contacts will shape how usable your system is, especially when it comes to searching, reporting, or linking records down the road. Let's walk through each one of these and see where and how to add them properly. We are currently in a contact list, so let's go ahead and add a new referral prospect. We start by clicking the green plus sign. This opens the input section for entering all the prospect's details. The only required field is last name, but it's crucial to accurately fill out as much as you can, right from the start. Let's begin by entering a referral that our good client Homer Simpson gave us today. We'll start with the basics: last name, first name, greeting or nickname, and middle name. The greeting field will autofill with the first name, but let's update that to his actual nickname, Sideshow Bob. Now, this next section is key and may vary depending on how your company structures contact records. For Sideshow Bob, we're going to mark him as a prospect with a subtype of B and set the source as referral. We'll continue entering as much detail as we currently know: birth date, which will auto-calculate the age, gender, marital status. In Bob's case, he's divorced several times. His most recent relationship was with Selma Bouvier, Marge's sister. He is a tobacco user and will enter email and web address. Next, let's add the primary advisor. As a best practice, always click the blue lookup link to search and select the correct item. Don't type it in directly, as it can create typos. Click the blue link, choose advisors, and search for the right person and add them. You'll also notice a separate Assign to field. This can be used if someone else will be managing the contact. Now don't forget, if this is a referral, it's important to capture that. Click into Referred By, search for our client Homer Simpson, and select his name. We will discuss the importance of Referred By in later videos. Finally, let's enter some job information. Job title is the full title someone gives you, something like Director of Cardiology for the Eastern Division. Occupation is the general role, in this case, simply Dr. Job titles tend to be the longer of the two. Now hit Save and Close, and boom, you've created a new contact. When we go back to our search field and scroll through our list, we can see Sideshow Bob in our list. We just covered the basics of adding a contact. These are the people you're either doing business with or want to work with. If we go into Advanced Search, you'll see a checkbox labeled Contacts. This search feature is important to understand. Scroll down a bit and you'll see a list of subsystems. It's important to understand what each of these are used for. Right now, we're in Contacts. That's your home base. At the bottom, you will see all your recently visited contacts. Here you will see the other subsystem contact types to add to your search. Employee censuses. These are used for group business and a great way to store large groups of contacts. You can upload and manage census contacts separately from your core clients and prospects. Dependents are key too. Think children or trustees. These are people you want in your system, but not as full detailed contact. You just need them noted in relation to someone or something else. Advisor contact records are anyone that could receive compensation based on any piece of business. Then there's all other subsystems. This is where you'll find and manage home office representatives, underwriters, and more. I'll show you where that is and how it works next. But let's switch over to businesses. Here you'll see separate lists for carriers, agencies, medical facilities, and service providers. All of these have their own space as well, and entering them correctly at the start determines how clean your system will be. In future videos, we will provide tips and tricks on entering this data, but for now, let's close that window and jump into adding one of those subsystem records. Let's go ahead and add one of our clients' doctors. To add a doctor, go into the insurance section and choose doctor. You can search first or click new to create one. Let's search. And as you can see, we don't have any doctors in our system yet, so we'll add one. In the detail field, we will add last name, Riviera, first name Nicholas, and his greeting nickname, Nick. We're skipping the medical facility for now and no need for a referral source either. This doctor field is where you store medical professionals that your clients use and most likely found on attending physician statements, APSs. Now, let's add a business phone. Mark it as preferred and primary, and a best practices is to always use the as of date, so you know when these details were last updated. You can add a remark like assistant will always answer, so there are no surprises when someone from your company reaches out. You can also add notes in the record SmartPad, but if it's crucial info that is needed immediately when seeing a record, use the remarks field. For example, graduated in 1970 from Hollywood Upstairs Medical College. Motto, we stitch and don't snitch. Then click Save. Now let's link the doctor to a medical facility. Back in insurance, go to medical facility and hit New. Dr. Nick's office is called Dr. Nick's Walk-in Clinic. For primary contact, remember this isn't a contact, it's in a different subsystem. Try searching Riviera and you will find no results. Now if we uncheck contact and check all other subsystems, search again, boom, there he is. Select and he is now linked. We can click his name and again search for the medical facility, not the business. Add in his job title and occupation to round out his contact record. Select OK and you'll be able to update his contact record with some additional options. You are also able to enter this data from a policy tab too. From there, we can create key relationships like which clients are going to this doctor. Hit Save. Now, if we go to Dr. Riviera, we can see he's tied to that facility. These entries can now be tied to policies, medical records, and clients. Next, let's talk about service providers. These are usually preloaded, but if you work with someone for your insurance APSs or exams, you can add them manually here. This allows you to tie the service providers to clients, and in the long run start to keep notes and information to help identify any issues or opportunities. Now on to carriers. This one confuses people all the time. Carriers are not main contacts. They live in the all other subsystems area. Let's start by finding a sample carrier. This is where you add home office reps and underwriters. These are your wholesaler contacts, internal, external, mutual fund reps, etc. Product providers that you use with your clients. Why is this a subsystem? Because home office employees would tie up your system if they were all entered into the same place, and this allows us to link to different items within SmartOffice to say a client's policy, to quickly find carrier teams and underwriters. Want to go a step further? Use key relationships for where you can use a specific carrier. Let's say you work with multiple general agencies. You can link those individuals directly to the carrier. This way your teams know who to reach out for a specific piece of business. Go to Key Relations, choose New Business Relationship, and select the related contact or business, and add the type of title or relationship. So far, we've discussed entering a contact doctor, medical facility, carrier employees, and tied them all together through the advanced search feature. Last section, dependents. These are people tied to a contact or household, but don't need all the details that come with a full record. Think minor children or simple beneficiaries. Let us search now for Homer Simpson. In his record, we'll go to Key Relations. You'll see Marge listed already as his spouse, the referral we added earlier, and some employment data. Now let's add Bart as a dependent. You'll see two options to add a record. One adds a full contact, which we don't want to do. The other adds a dependent. So we select Add Dependent. Click New, and it autofills the last name. We will add the first name, which is Bart. We'll keep this information light for a dependent. Let's make him 10 years old for our purposes. No email or social needed, but you can add it if there was one. We can see it's assigned to me already, and no primary advisor needed since he is a dependent. Save and close. It marks the record as a new dependent. Now, a box will pop up that allows you to define the dependent relationship. Now, select relationship type, family. Then we move down to show that Bart is the child of Homer, which will auto-populate Homer's relationship, and the same will happen for Marge. Finally, add any special remarks your company should know about when interacting with this contact. For example, with Bart, watch out for his slingshot. Click OK. SmartOffice will ask if it should create or update a household. Click Yes. It will either carry over Bart's information to an existing household or add a new household to gather one. We will discuss households in a different video. Let's confirm Bart was successfully added with an advanced search. Go to Advanced Search and search for the last name Simpson. Why isn't Bart showing? You will only see Homer, Marge, and Abraham. Frustrating, right? No, because you now know there are SmartOffice subsystems to help segment contacts better. Now let's just change the filter in the Advanced Search and select the checkbox Dependent. Search again, and here you will see Bart listed with all the other Simpsons in your list. And that's why it's important to make sure your team is adding everyone into the correct area. Not doing this makes reporting, dashboards, and searches much more difficult. So that's it, contacts, subsystems, dependents, doctors, service providers, and carriers. We discussed a lot, but you can now add contacts like a pro in the right sections.
Thank you for watching. I hope it was helpful. We are excited to provide these videos, both in our Pro class and 3G Quick Hit series, so stay tuned. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps the channel and keeps these videos coming. And yes, we always hide Easter eggs, so if you spotted something we missed, drop it in the comments. If you have questions or ideas for future videos or just want to nerd out, use the links below. We're always happy to help. Thanks for watching and have a great day.